सो मी मुंबईचा आहे.
That.
लास्ट इयर आय गॉट ग्रॅज्युएटेड फ्रॉम बिट्स पिलानी गोवा कॅम्पस.
Okay.
आय एम करंटली वर्किंग इन गोवा अँड आय एम प्रिपेअरिंग फॉर अप्लाइंग टू MS and PhD in US.
Oh,
So
how did
मला
you
ही
get
लिंक
to know about this call?
हा सो आपली जी युनिव्हर्सिटी ऑफ इलिनॉय आहे ना, अर्बेना
Uh-huh.
शॅम्पेन, तिकडे बाळासाहेब सोनावणे त्यांचा मी कझिन ब्रदर आहे.
Oh, okay, got it. Got the link now.
हम्म.
Hi, how about Shravani Deshmukh?
श्रावणी देशमुख ही
अ,
Hello.
माझ्या
आपली जी
मित्राची मुलगी आहे.
युनिव्हर्सिटी ऑफ इलिनॉय आहे ना,
Oh, okay.
अर्बेना
Uh-huh.
शॅम्पेन,
शी इज इन युनिव्हर्सिटी.
तिकडे
श्रावणी,
बाळासाहेब
Hi,
please
सोनावणे
hello.
त्यांचा मी
introduce
कझिन
yourself.
ब्रदर
Please
आहे.
turn on your camera, please, and then
Oh,
you can
okay, got it.
introduce.
Uh,
Got the link now. Yes,
there's a lot of commotion in my room right now. I'll turn on
that's
the
fine.
camera in some time.
That's fine.
So my name is Shavini. I'm pursuing my master's from Binghamton University. I'm doing my master's in computer science. I'll be graduating in May, and I'm looking for full-time opportunities.
Okay, great. How about Ankur?
Hello,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
sure.
Yeah, so my name is Ankur Mahesh Sawan. I'm basically from Baramati. I came to USA last August, like fall August 2022, and I'm studying robotics at University of Maryland in College Park near Washington DC. And right now I'm looking for summer internship opportunities in data science or robotics field. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting you all guys.
Wonderful. Please put your contact details into the chat also, because
Yes, sir.
whatever today's slide deck, we will make it available and share with you.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hello, Zohi, Shamli, Vijay.
Hi
Welcome
everyone.
to the
Hello.
very good.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Shamli is a daughter of Atul and Ashwini Khilari from Toronto.
Mhm.
Oh, ती Shamli है काय? Okay, okay.
I think
Oh,
she was
hi.
part of
Hi.
Young Volunteer, right, Shyamli? You are part
Yeah,
of
Yeah,
Young Volunteer program, right?
she is one of the
Yes,
first.
yes. I volunteered for that program a while ago.
She
Great.
was one of the first few ones.
So now you will get one more opportunity to participate in coming week.
yeah, very good, Mahesh. Right there in the go live action. Huh?
Morning, Kajal Tai. Who joined recently? Okay, couple of guys
Hi,
joined.
good morning, everyone.
Yeah, you do look like Kajal. Huh?
Oh, yes, pretty much so. Alive, alive is the main thing. Yeah, still alive. No, good to see you all.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, in a minute or two, we'll start because this is 1 hour and we need to be in time. Otherwise, our moderator will slap all of us.
Yes, not slap, but coming to take the party from all of you.
Then we need big party, right?
Right.
Wonderful job, Pratibha.
It is a teamwork. Thank you.
No, but someone has to lead. It's a teamwork, but someone has to lead, and you are the leader today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for taking that initiative. Really appreciate.
Yeah, orchestration and coordination is most important thing.
Yeah.
Mahesh Dada.
Follow up,
Mm.
individual follow up is most important.
Yeah,
Personal
And
individual follow.
yeah.
still, we
Mahesh,
have a minute or so. Let me bring your attention to Mahesh Sasode, who is in Atlanta. This is weekend, and he has go live of his Deloitte implementation over there. And being he as a managing director at Deloitte, Saturday, Sundays are the same days like work days for him. And he graciously agreed to be with us at least for whatever 15, 20 minutes, half an hour. Thank you, Mahesh, and welcome everybody. Over to
No, thank you.
you, Pratibha.
Sure. Thank you.
Let us get started. Good morning, everyone. I am Pratibha Gayake, who is moderator for this career panel session. As we know, life cycle of most of career professionals is start from scratch, rise in your career step by step, and accordingly, your visibility and responsibility grows. You would like to share your experiences to other team members who need it, and at that point, you are likely to be called as panelists. We have such 8 different panelists who have varied background. They have chosen their own path for the success. Everyone has their own lessons learned. We are going to hear from them about their unique journey. We have mixed group of professionals. 4 team members are seasoned team members who have been in IT for more than 20 years. We also have 4 young professionals who were students 3 to 5 years back. They were in same boats like many of you today who are looking for internship or job. We would like to hear from the professionals about their journey who started as a student and now become established professionals in their respective field. Now I would like to hand over to Mr. Kishore Gore, our own GNF president, for opening remarks. Over to you, Mr. Kishore.
Thank you, Pratibha. Thank you and welcome everybody in today's call, the career panelist and job related call. Everybody of us have gone through this in our life journey. Somewhere we have to get a job and start getting experience. And if we don't have experience, we don't get job. And if we don't get job, we don't have experience. So this is a catch 22 situation everybody is facing. Most of you guys, students, masters, bachelor here or back in India, you have that important time in your life where you need a small ideas, tips, and tricks, and some suggestion pointers to start your career. Or some of you are looking for those internships or jobs, and like few people have helped us when during our time 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. We are not doing any special favors to you, but we are doing this is like a pay forward kind of a thing. You will do the same thing tomorrow when you will be in your professional careers. So welcome everybody, and let's start our networking session. Pratibha, slides.
Sure, thank you. Let me introduce myself quickly. I am Pratibha Gaike, currently reside in Dallas, Texas. I have done electrical engineering from College of Engineering, Pune, and Masters in Computer Science. I have been in IT industry for 20 years, and out of that, 15 years is for Bank of America. I played various roles and increasing responsibilities. I got exposure to different life cycle of software, different steps of software development life cycle. Currently, I am working as solution architect. So let us cover the next topic, which is house rules. Most important message to panelists is please keep your introduction to 30 seconds and individual topic up to 3 minutes. We would like to keep 25 minutes for question and answer session. And all the participants and listeners, please do not take any screen prints. They will be shared after the session. And please share your name, location, and email address in chat. Thank you. Let us go to the next slide. Meet the team. So let me introduce these panelists one by one. I request panelists to raise their hand as I introduce them and turn the video on if possible. First panelist is Mr. Kishore Gore, who has 25 years of experience in technology and management consulting. His focus on intelligent automation and digital transformation. He will be assisting us with networking tips. Next panelist is Mr. Mahesh Sasode, Managing Director at Deloitte Touche. Main focus is on large-scale SAP digital transformation. He supports cross-industry global SAP implementation. He is going to talk about advantages and disadvantages of working for Big Four. Our next panelist is Mr. Sandeep Shinde. His core skills are graph databases, data engineering, and AWS. Sandeep has conducted more than 7,000 interviews, and he will be guiding us for interview tips and techniques. Next panelist is Mr. Raj Gade, who is currently working for IBM. Expertise lies in cloud computing with hybrid cloud solution. He will educate us with specific jobs and uh, particular job area which he would like to share his experience. Then comes uh, Sanket Panale. And as I mentioned, we have four young professionals who like to share their experience. Let us start with Sanket. Currently, he did his MS in computer science in 2015. He worked for Microsoft and social finances, and he is willing to help in software engineering interview prep and resume review. Next panelist is Abhijit Bothe. He is material program manager at Boston Scientific. He will give us tips for when and how to prepare for first job or first internship. Next panelist is Mr. Anand Chaudhary. He did his MS in automotive engineering, currently working as engineering consultant at Ricardo Inc. His focus is on how to make connection. He assisted more than 70 individuals to meet their career and academic goals. Next panelist is Juhi Naran, who did CA MBA, and she is currently working in Amazon as category manager. Last but not least, Bapu Hirave. He is experienced IT member with expertise in Azure and AWS. He is hiring manager by himself, and he is currently in India. He graciously agreed to share his tips and current market conditions through slides. In the end, I will request Mr. Anand to cover his topics briefly. So let us get started with the first topic, which is networking tips, and I will hand over to Mr. Kishore Gore.
Again, let's welcome everybody for this networking tips session. We all know networking is a mantra of today, the modern fast communicating world. And according to HubSpot, 85% jobs are filled by networking. Many times we underestimate the importance of this fact. Even CNBC reported that 75% of jobs were never published publicly. So we know that people do business with people they like or no. It is same case whether in our public domain, in our personal family domain or corporate domain. So start with building those relationships. Relationships are the first, and then resume comes next. Many times we forget that resumes are important. Yes, they are. But at the same time, I have heard people, young people saying, "Oh, I have applied for 300 jobs, 400 positions, but I haven't got any response." It is very likely that you won't get because you are a student. And again, international student like us, we are at a disadvantage. Look at the current job market situation. When there are thousands of positions being laid off, there is a cascading or ripple effect that is coming down, and it is coming down to the students, whether it is for internship or it is for the jobs. So, what is a good time to start the networking? Well, there is nothing a good time. Even if you are somebody is like Hinge, he is in India. I think the guy has taken a wonderful step to attend this call. Although he is in India, he is preparing to come to US. So, like he will come to know some of the names because he is getting the slides. He will have emails of us. He will have. So he will be taking that right step to network with us. He will send email. He will be remain in touch. That's how you can remain in touch. Wherever you come across, whether it is parties, whether it is any fairs, whether it is airport, whether flights or trains, wherever you meet people, you should have that 1,000-watt smile on your face. That is the entry door. Talk to people, initiate dialogue, say something, get their response, and continue and increase the dialogue. And in those dialogues, make sure that you tell your situation, who you are, what you like, where you want to go, what kind of specialty, and all that. Understand there. And towards the end, when you have that good, don't close. Oh, we'll see you again. Thanks. Bye bye. No, be polite and make sure that ask for the business card, make sure that ask for their contact detail, email or phone number. And when you have spent half an hour or 15 minutes or more than that with somebody, a good minded person would never disappoint you. And he will say, yeah, be in touch. So now, what is your job? You have all such contacts. Those contacts need to be nurtured. So, what is the best way of nurture? Nothing else. Just say hi, hello once in a while, just WhatsApp message or a happy email or Happy New Year, Happy Diwali, or Happy something. That's all. That's how you nurture contact. Then they say what you are doing. Then you are saying something like this. When you are hungry or when you are thirsty, you drink any cold drink. But that's not how the life situation goes on. Networking is such a thing. You need job and you need resume, sorry, internships tomorrow, but you have to start well in advance, like international students. So suppose you know now whosoever the 4 or 5 people on the panel, whosoever people they have attended. Make sure that you get contact of these people. Try to touch base with them on phone and email, and later on ask them that I am interested in such and things. If you are interested, give me a couple of some contacts or connect me to some other people. That's how this networking thing starts. Because we this is nothing but the relationship. Now you are sending that resume. A person like me or anybody like Mahesh busy. What happens? You get our emails, you send the resume. The resume is attached as a PDF copy, and that's all. So first thing I see that on my phone, I open that one, try to enlarge and all that, and say, "Oh, okay, good." I just glance it, and then I said that, "Well, let me look at it on the desktop, or when I go home, or maybe on the weekend." Second day I don't get chance. Third day I don't get chance, and if you don't follow up, then that person like me, busy family person, busy in other things and all. I have a desire to help you. You have a desire to get help from me. But the interface in between is not being worked upon. So help us to help you. So what you would do, same email, same attachment PDF, but you have the email body. Make small 3 paragraphs. First paragraph, the crux of your position, your USPs, your specialties, your career things, and all the details. 3 4 lines of paragraph, bullet points. Second, what are the positions? Sorry, what are the companies you will likely get hired? Like Walmart, Intel, Facebook, Google. Mention all those 6 7 7 8 whatever. And third paragraph could be positions of those business analysts, intelligent engineer, software engineer, whatever those. So when it comes to me, a person like me say, "Oh, this, oh, she's in so and so field," and immediately and she has written that it is Intel or Google, and I have a friend Suresh in Intel. So immediately I forward that. While forwarding, I write my 2 lines on top of it. Hey Suresh, I know her so and she is very good. Why don't you forward her resume to your HR? Now people look at this. You are following positions that come on the job market or job website, and we know that 70% of the jobs are never published publicly, so they don't get to the website. And the website you are applying through, those are like responses you get 70, sorry, 200, 300, and no responses. So your same resume going directly and your same resume going through somebody through your networking, there is a lot of difference. And person who is going through that company HR, companies also appreciate them. One of our candidate or one of our people has recommended somebody. If she gets hired, this person get incentive like $200, $500. Some people, some companies pay $1,000. So it is a win-win situation for all. So start right now when you are in college, when you are in the initial of it. Do your basically homework. If your industry, if your trending job market position, there are some specific buzzwords, industry specific buzzwords. If those buzzwords are not in resume, your resume gets scanned, it doesn't get picked up. If there are, let's say, we tell our secretaries, put the industry specific buzzwords or position specific 15 of them. If you don't have 12 or more than 10, your resume goes directly for shredding. Nobody looks at it. If you are a student, try like this. If you are already in the position somewhere in one companies, don't just remain confined to your group. Be little aggressive, be little vocal, be go outside, talk to people outside the teams, talk to people who are up one or two levels. And again, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, whatever company you are in, be socially active in that organization, be socially active in that community. Always be on the lookout that you will try to meet position. And again, that networking, and that networking mantra goes one by one. If you are at a good position, do you think that you don't need networking? No. Even if you are at good position, after some time you will get bored because there are no opportunities or something. Again, networking helps them. You just put a word in through your networking circle, and you are getting pointers, you are getting ideas, you are getting position details. So, friends, networking is today's mantra. Other tips, our rest of other people will provide, but start it in well in advance. It will help you in long run. Thank you again, and all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Kishore. This is very helpful, and I agree with all the tips you have given for networking. Let us move to the next panelist, Mr. Mahesh Sasode. He joined us from Florida. During his release, he gave time for this panel discussion, so I appreciate his time. Mahesh,
Yes.
please take the question.
Hi, everyone. Just want to make sure that you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. And really thankful to Kishore Dada, Pratibha Tai for this opportunity and everyone, basically. So, quick intro from my side. I born in a really small town in Taluka Pathedi called Kharda. I spent most of my life in Ahmednagar and now recently moved to Pune. Uh, well, at least 20 years. This is my 22nd year in the US. I was in Amsterdam, Netherlands for 3 years before coming to US. I started my journey. I completed my bachelor in computer science. I did masters in computer science, and 2011 I did my MBA program in Chicago. I'm from Chicago. This week I'm in Tampa, Florida. We have a major production go live, which I'm coordinating all the efforts. We are deploying like 600 plus iPads out in the field for utility company. Again, not going in a lot of detail there. I'll quickly jump into the major topic and take any questions you have. But Kishore Dada mentioned the network, and I don't want to repeat that, but that is the key when it comes to working for Big Four. When we say Big Four, like Deloitte, McKinsey, ENW, and Accenture, so these are like a major audit consulting companies you all know about. I just want to give little bit twist to the whole networking and give you some additional ideas what networking really means. So see, we all grew up, and some of you are born and brought up in the U.S., but mostly the people like me, Pratibha Tai or others, we grew up in India. We did our education, so our culture a little bit different. And when we come to US, when it comes to networking, we need to think from a little bit different angle here. And I'm giving you some silly example. We all watch Netflix. We all uh, go usually grew up watching cricket and all that. But think outside the box, because when you meet people in your networking in your companies, the topics, the subjects, the sports are different. So keep that open mindedness. Keep on top of other things, which will help you build a relationship with your client counterparts or the people you are meeting at workplace or outside workplace. That kind of create a solid bonding. That's a starting point. And as you start closely deal with these people, there's always some sort of topic for you to connect with them, and then that's usually what happens when you connect with the people. Then one thing lead to another, then the interviews, the job opportunities, or even more selling opportunities for your potential client. So um, I just want to highlight one more thing. What are the advantages of working for big four companies, consulting companies? Well, that it's a definitely good benefit. That's one thing. There is a expedite path for you to grow in the firm. I mean, the promotions are pretty much every 1 year or 2 year promotions are lined up as you perform. You get to most important thing, unlike industry, you get to work with many industries during your career at Big Four. For example, Deloitte, this is my 12th year. I'm constantly on the road Monday to Thursday on client side. If we exclude COVID, like 2 year, other than that, last 12 years, I'm constantly traveling to different client. Most of the project runs like 9 months to 12 months. So advantage of that is you get to meet new people, you get to do new kind of work, and you are always challenged, and you always have to stay on top of your learning, because your job is to advise client. They are expecting you are coming in as a subject matter expert and guiding them throughout the different challenges. For example, I mean, the quick example, the company for my current client, Tampa Electric, they were not sure what kind of mobile devices they should be investing in. They should go to Windows, or they should go to iPad, or they should invest in Android. What that means is they don't know the answer, and we, as a subject matter expert, we need to be on top of all these latest and greatest technologies, trained and advise them, so there will be better ROI for them. So the advantage, obviously, you get to learn within companies. Big four companies invest a lot in you. They support throughout your career. There is a less politics. What I mean by that is, if you are spending, again, nothing wrong working in industry for a long time, but once you get to work with a limited set of people in industry, whereas, as I mentioned, in consulting, you get to work with different set of people. So obviously, the more limited project, like a short duration project, the lesser politics you have to deal with. Other benefit, you get to travel. You guys are young here. You should be doing this kind of opportunity, traveling internationally, domestically, explore the world, understand different problem, different situation. These are the some of nice benefits of working consulting company. What is the downsides? Downsides, again, there is, you have to work over the weekend. Depends on the project situation. You are the client is always demanding. Clients are getting really smart, so they don't accept no to anything. You have to on top of your game. You have to sacrifice your family life. You have to choose between quality time versus quantity time with your family. As I mentioned, I personally traveling last 12 years, and I have seen pretty much uh, all the different states in the US. I have traveled to Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, South Africa, you name. I We had a project on these different places, and I've been to this part of the world. That something keeps me going. Obviously, I'm sacrificing a little bit on family life, but with that travel, there are other benefits. Like I'm able to take my family with me most of these places whenever it's possible. So again, there is a side benefit to that also. Another drawback, I would say, working and Pratibha, please stop me if I'm going over my limit, but I want to give some time to Q&A also. Um, but another drawback is like, I wouldn't call drawback, but if you are not if you're not if you are happy with what you are doing and want to continue doing for a long time, then consulting is not for you. As I said, that you have to keep learning new things, because you are the one who's going to advise your clients, your client counterparts, build trusted relationship with them so that they can buy. And another last piece of advice, anybody is thinking of joining big four companies is that the, the consulting company is always in sales mode. So your mindset is always in selling. It's not that delivering your current project, but as you deliver your current responsibilities, in parallel, you have to find new opportunities to sell because that's what gives you your bonus, your other benefits. It's everything is tied together. How much revenue you are bringing to the firm, and how that your bonus percentage depends on that. Going One last thing I want to highlight is the internship. It's very good program Deloitte has for internship. Pretty much each and every university colleges, Deloitte has a career booth open. If you have a certain GPA, there is a hard requirement for certain GPA, so ensure that your GPA meets that criteria. Go on to the Deloitte website, look for internship opportunities. Go whenever there is a career fair, career booth in your college or campus, university. Make sure that you prepare crisp and clean resume and submit your profile with them. As Kishore Dada said, we are here to help you in those some of those areas. Can also use our references to at least clear first round of interviews for you all, so you can be move on to the second round easily. We do have advantage, and Deloitte consider that if we refer someone, they absolutely make sure that the candidate is they reach out to candidate and at least give him or her opportunity to at least go for a second round of interview. So that please keep that in mind. um, Anything, I want to take a pause here and make sure that I cover out everything and take any questions. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stay here for another like 5 minutes because we have major go live going on. But I'm happy to answer any question, anything anyone has. Pratibha, did I cover most of my topics?
Yeah, I think you covered a pretty good area of your domain here, and looks like people may or may not have questions. They may or may not raise hand, but those who have questions, they can put it in chat as well. And thank you again, Mahesh. We'll go forward.
जो ते जॉबचं जे आपलं थोडा आवाज कमी कर
Thank you, Mahesh. And we will move to the next
ते
panelist,
जॉबचं जे
Mr.
आपलं
Pratibha
तर
Vikas.
Bhai,
त्याच्यामध्ये एज्युकेशनचं
uh,
काय टाकायचं
Bharti Gowdy raised her hand, so she might have some question for Mahesh.
Right. And shall we take questions in the end? And we will definitely communicate to Mahesh if we cannot cover that question because he has a go live and we don't want to take his time.
Right.
Either way is fine. If Bharti has a quick question, I can answer right now before I drop off. Up
Okay.
Okay.
to you.
Go ahead, Bharti.
Hi everyone. First of all, thank you so much for conducting such a webinar. Hi Mahesh sir. My name is Bharti. I just recently completed my master's in data science from University of Buffalo. And before coming here, I have like 3 years of experience as a data analyst. And right now, I'm just working in a non-profit organization. So I'm looking for the opportunity. So is there like specific where I can apply in Deloitte? So could you please guide us like over the career, culture and career point of view at Deloitte?
Yes, absolutely. So there are two ways you can apply. So first thing you should be doing is go on a Deloitte. And as a matter of fact, not only Deloitte, all four companies, if you are interested in consulting area, look at their portal, identify the specific job which meets your criteria as well as falls in your domain, and then the same job number when you apply you have to use you can use my personal employee number, or I can refer you through our internal portal. So definitely I can send that instruction to Pratibha Tai. She can pass it on. um, so both ways we can do this. Which is good that you are already experienced. So Deloitte is definitely really like that you are already have a number of years experience, and on top of that you are completed your education and have a US education background.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mahesh Dada. And we will now move to the next panelist, Mr. Sandeep Shinde.
Hey guys, good morning. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Global Navy Foundation, for this opportunity. Sandeep, I'll make it really, really quick because I know we are like running out of time. This is Sandeep from Nashville. I have like more than 20 years of IT experience. Currently, I'm working as a data engineer for one for Imagine Learning, which is a K-12 education company, where my job is to recommend the proper learning paths for the students and based on their learning history and their like a lot of assessment grades. Like it is like complete. It's completely data science, data analytics, and data engineering job using graph databases. As Pratibha you mentioned, like I got an opportunity throughout my 20 years of job. Like I did like more than 7,000 interviews. So I can offer you guys, like I know the pain point, like when you appear for many interviews, but you don't get a feedback. And it is really, as like at this level, it is really important to, you think you did really good, but sometimes like you don't get a feedback. And at some point you reach some frustration point to get rid of that. Like I can help you with taking your mock interviews, guiding you, giving you correct feedback. So I can offer you that services. Another thing I would like to cover here is like, before you land any job interview, your resume is your identity. So like you have to impress a couple of parties here. The first party is like your ATS robotic. Your resume should be ATS friendly resume. Like, and then like recruiter like don't get like more than 6 seconds to scan your resume. So like you have to impress the recruiter. After that recruiter, you have a technical panel to impress. So like before getting an interview call, you have to impress all these parties. Like it is a robot, a recruiter, HR, or technical panel. Again, like why I'm saying technical panel, because like sometimes like it is technical skills. HR don't know about these skills, so they shortlist like resumes and send it to technical panel, and then technical panel says, okay, I'm going to talk to these four candidates. So make sure your resume is right identity, and it is another thing I would like to cover. Like very there are like five some techniques about like you always there is a grasp concept to so grooming and appearance, research the company, articulation of your answers, show attentiveness and punctuality, and always ask the right question, because after the interview, probably you'll not be able to speak to that guy again. So take that opportunity at the last, at the end of interview. Do you have any questions for me? Ask the right questions, and that's again like where that you can impress the interviewer with your right questions. So that's all for now. I'll share my contact info if anybody wanna like go for mock interview or learn graph databases or do some side projects or some POCs or on data engineering or graph databases. Feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandeep Dada. And team members, you know whom to contact to get your mock interview done. So we'll move to the next panelist, Mr. Raj Gade, for his 30-second intro and 3-minute individual topic.
Sure. Thank you, Pratibha. Hi, this is Rajendra Gade from New Jersey. I have completed my bachelor's from Pune University and MBA University of Illinois, and I have 20 plus years of experience in IT infrastructures, operations management, cloud computing, and hybrid cloud portfolio. I'm currently working with IBM. Joined last year, but I do have experience with large enterprise organizations such as Oracle, EY, one of the big four. I think Mahesh mentioned before he's working with Deloitte, so I have similar experience with EY and Wipro and TCS. Uh, Main thing I will ask is like keep learning. For if you are looking for the job, I know you have done your bachelor's and masters or MBA, but you keep learning, and that will help you to get the technical certification, technical credentials while you are looking for the job or internship or building your experience. What I will tell you some of my experience around like IT consultancy, the expert advice. Most of my experience, I work with data center migration to public cloud, Oracle Cloud or Amazon Cloud, and with that expert advice, like I do have faced some challenges and I do have some success on the way, right? And when you go for the interview, for example, as Kishore Dada mentioned in the networking, right? We have to have the networking. I got my TCS job through the friend whom I met like just like somewhere, and then we shared our contact and we said hi, hello. And all of a sudden he called me and he said like, I have opening in TCS. Do you want to join? Can you share your resume? Though I was not looking for a change, I said, why not give it a try, right? I shared my resume. I got selected, and he was nowhere. I mean, he was not part of that interview process, but he just thought, he can recommend me, and I got selected right there. So networking definitely helps. But after that, uh, when I was working on a project as a data center migration, and there I was doing some architecture, whiteboarding sessions, and at the same time, when I left the room, I was not aware. Ernst and Young was there for some compliance or some kind of audit or some kind of project. And then in the background, they saw those architecture and drawings and they asked, oh, who did this one, right? So somebody recommended my name. I don't know who. And then they asked their
त्याच्यामध्ये आहेत
manager
ना.
or hiring manager to reach out to me if I would like to join that company. So it is not only like networking, but the impact
एज
that you
ग्रुप
leave
आहेत.
behind or
कोणत्या एज
the
ग्रुपला प्रेफर
experience
करायचं
that you have,
शिकवायला.
right? So they reached out to me and then I went through the interview process and I got selected with EY, right? And once you are with big four accounting firm,
मी
you
आता
don't
काहीच
need
नाही
to,
टाकत त्याच्यामध्ये खूप
worry
सारे
about.
आहेत.
Then like all other company like
नो
Oracle,
प्रेफरन्स
they
सांगतो.
just looked at my profile. They asked me like, you want to join? I went through the interview process. Same thing with IBM, right? Once you are in that board, it's easy to switch around and look for what is right for your career. So the positions I have mentioned on this slide is like all these positions you can give it a try based on your experience, and they will help you to build your career and take it to the next level. Uh, I think most of you are coming here for masters, but if you are like undergrad, you can still get some experience under your belt, so that after masters, that will help you to get started with good career opportunities.
Thank you, Raj.
Uh,
This is excellent personal experience, and whatever architect diagrams you have created, someone looked at it and then the big accounting firm reached out to you. Perfect example. Thank you.
Thank you.
Team members, please put your questions in chat. We are going to cover it at the end of the session. I will move to the next panelist, Sanket. And as I mentioned, we have four young individuals who are ready to share their experience, who were in this boat 3, 5 years ago, and now they are professionals or established professionals. So, Sanket, your turn now.
Yeah, thank you, Pratibha. I'm Sanket. I'm from Bay Area, California. I'll keep my intro as quick as possible, and you can go to my LinkedIn profile and look for more details. I finished my master in computer science from Binghamton University in 2015. After that, I started working for a hedge fund called Acure Capital Management. I was working there as a software developer, primarily focused in backend. After that, I moved to Bay Area and I joined Microsoft. Over there, I was working for a Microsoft Ads team. And recently, I joined a company called Social Finance, so known as SoFi, which is again one-stop shop for all your financial needs. I'm working there as a staff software engineer. I'm basically one of the senior developer in the banking charter of social finance. Personally, as you can see from my profile, I have done job hopping a couple of times. I joined SoFi quite recently, so I have gone through the process of job hunting in software engineering for myself. And when I joined Microsoft as well, I went through loops of multiple companies, Google, Amazon, Facebook, and few different. So I'm just sharing my interview tips to make it to the FANG. And I know right now not a lot of them are hiring. but there are still few critical roles, and I believe Apple is still hiring. They are not on hiring freeze, but these tips are for all the fangs as well as tech startups that you can see in Bay Area or Seattle, Austin, or New York City area. So this is what I'm sharing the mistakes that people tend to do while preparing for the software engineering interviews, and I'm just highlighting and what can be done for that. So yeah, first thing a lot of people ask when they start their masters, when should I start lead coding? I would say like now. Now is the good time, like whichever phase you are in your masters, you should start lead coding now. But I tend to see like people just keep lead coding and then trying to solve the problems without having the knowledge of like what exactly being asked. So don't be lead code monkey. Like in lead code you tend to get inputs and everything defined to you and test cases and all, but that's not happening in real interviews, at least in recent times. So people expect you to come up with your own method signature and stuff like that. Second thing, when you practice, always practice in timely manner. So set your timer of like 30 minutes for easy problem, 45 minutes for medium level problem, and 1 hour for a hard problem. And if you can't uh, solve problem in that duration, just like spare 10-15 minutes to go through the solution provided by LeetCode or some community poster, and then just move on. Third thing that I've seen, people tend to use data structures like array list and stuff like that, hash map, but they don't know how it internally works. And when it comes to derive the time complexity of the solution, if you don't know how your data structure work internally, it is very, very challenging and tricky to come up with that. So I would recommend that you can go through the data structures and how they are implemented internally. Next thing, after you are done with the solution of your problem during the interview, always specify the time complexity of the solution and provide at least two test cases, whether the interviewer asks you or not. Like it's always good to be proactive on that front. It gives you some additional brownie points. Some people may have question if lead code premium is helpful. Yes, it is helpful because it can help you sort the problems by frequency and also filter out problems by companies. And last but not least, do not forget the basics, especially if you're new grad or looking for internship positions. They know that you are fresh out of college, so you should focus on the basics of operating system fundamental like thread and process and stuff like that. Or if you have enrolled for database courses, then don't forget the basics of the database. Yeah, yeah, that's all I wanted to cover. Yeah, feel free to shoot any questions that you may have. Yeah, thanks.
Sure, Sanket. We can see your expertise in lead code. Thanks for sharing tips. And let us move to the next panelist, Mr. Abhijit Bothe.
Hello, everybody. I'm Abhijit Bothe. I completed my master's in mechanical engineering from Lawrence Tech University, and after graduation in 2019, started working at Boston Scientific as a supplier engineer. Currently, I'm working as a material program manager at Boston Scientific, and I would be covering topics about how to start, where to start, and when to start, etc. So I have been in the same phase of job hunt a few years ago, and these are the few strategies or pointers which I believe would be helpful for you as well, because my experience is not that old, and I think everybody can get a few pointers from this. So the first point which I'd be covering is when to start. So ideally, you should start as soon as possible,
Nothing.
whenever you start your coursework. But realistically, the real efforts would start during your second full-time semesters, when you are around 5 months away from your CPT eligibility. You can take a first pass at trying your luck at job interviews or getting interviews in your career fair. So every university has their own career fairs happening during January and once in October. So try to take advantage of that, try to meet as many people as possible. I would not go deep into networking as so many of our other panelists have covered that. So once you start, what you do is, first of all, you assess your profile and map out your development graph. So once you do that, you understand what your skill sets are and what the industry actually needs. You make sure that the market conditions are considered
Application
during
झालंय
that,
तुझं
so that you can develop your skills throughout your masters. Make sure you take the appropriate
Alexa.
courses and are relevant to the job market. The
Turn off
second
my
step
TV.
would be getting help from the career services center
दिवसभर बसतो का
at your
समोर त्याच्या.
university. Almost every
Correct?
university has something
Alexa,
like that where you can go
turn
fine
off
tune
my
your
TV.
resume, make sure your cover letter drafts are correct, and all the relevant
उठा.
information is
काय?
gathered accordingly. The other thing
हा.
which is to be focused on is your LinkedIn profile. So make sure your LinkedIn profile is up to date and it is updated in a way that
मी त्याच्यामध्ये आता
most of
नो
the
प्रेफर
searches
टाकलेलं आहे. आता झालंय
which the
ऍप्लिकेशन चालू.
recruiters
त्याच्यामध्ये
do
खूप
with the
सारे होते.
keywords, they are present on your profile, and
पण
your
आता मला
profile
परत
shows up
ऍप्लिकेशन ओपन
in
करावं
all of
लागतं.
those technical searches or the technical term
तुझाच
searches
मेल आहे
which
तुझाच फोन
recruiters do.
नंबर.
Once you do that, there is a higher number of
माहिती तर
chance where
गेली
the
आता येतील
recruiters would
कॉल
contact you
कम्युनिकेशन तर होईल
about the
काहीतरी.
job open positions. And once you have a FaceTime with them, uh, you can
हो.
start a relationship with them where you can identify new opportunities with those recruiters and
टाकलं ना
get
मग टीचर
interviews
अँड
consistently.
स्टाफ सेंटर
Networking
स्टाफ
has been
अशी
covered.
पोस्ट येते.
Other thing which I would like to focus on is identify all the research opportunities at your
काय?
school. So most of these researchers are done in
सेंटर
tandem
स्टाफ म्हणजे
with the
स्टाफचा
industries.
मेंबर तिथे.
These industries
टीचर
finance
म्हणून
these
नाही पण
projects,
स्टाफ
and
म्हणून
some
तिथं
key
काम
people on the
करायचं.
hiring team or key
अशी
people in the
कंबाईन
project
पोस्ट येते
are
टीचर
a
आणि
part of
स्टाफ
these
म्हणून.
project
आद्विक का त्याला वैताग
are
देतो
part
तुला
of these
तुझं तुझं
projects.
आवरायला
So
पाठवलेत
make
मला.
sure you
जा
identify these research
आणि
opportunities,
हातपाय
apply
धुवून घे
for them,
आंघोळ
try
करू
to get
नको.
your door into
बाथरूम
that
मध्ये जा.
research
हँड
and
शॉवर आहे त्याने
development
पूर्ण
team
बॉडी वॉश कर
so that
सोप
you
लाव ते
can
बघ ते
develop
शेंगदाणे
connections
तोंड कसं
and
झालंय.
also identify any of the new
हा आणि
technologies which you
कपडे
can
चेंज
work
कर जा.
on and direct your coursework towards that. So these are a few key topics of
आंघोळ कधी
how you
केली ते
can
आठवते का
start
लास्ट?
with your job findings. Then there are
काल कधी
some
आंघोळ केली तू?
key watchouts and tips that I feel would be important
जा.
during this time. So once you start your application process, make sure it is strategized and structured. So you need to develop a strategy where you can either target the companies which you want or have a very tailored format of approach, or there could be like a burst approach where you can apply for as many jobs as possible in shortest amount of time. The second thing is identify market shifts and find the right industry. Many times what we do is we apply for jobs without going into the depths of it. So make sure you at the United States where you can find the names of all the companies in your industry and also the contacts for those industries so that you can at least give them a call, make sure you get in touch with the right person and ask them if there is any opportunity available. The fourth thing is try to have a human connection to every application you make. Try to find the right person who is handling that job opportunity or that specific project. So there is a lot of homework which needs to be done on this, but the more efforts you put into this, there is a higher chance that you would get into touch with the right person and you can showcase your talent there. Like I said, make sure your LinkedIn profile is up to date and it shows up in the right keyword searches. The other thing is, like I said, you should have a strategy for your job hunt. Make sure you make periodic changes to your strategies. Don't stick to just one strategy because if the strategy which you're implementing does not have a high success rate, make sure you change it. Try to change your resume accordingly. Try to change the way you approach to people and try to change the skill set which you have. Keep it updated. Make sure you highlight all the key takeouts which you had from your previous experience and try to showcase it accordingly. And the last which I would say is exhaust all resources that you have, no matter the contacts which you have or any other resources which you have at your university. Make sure that you use them to your fullest potential, to its fullest potential, so that you don't leave any page unturned and try to get as much out of it as possible. So if you have any questions regarding this or where to start, wherever you are in terms of your application process or during your studies, then please reach out to me. I will help to best of my extent.
Thank you, Abhijit Dada. And this utilize industry directory available in every state. This is new to me, and everyone definitely make use of this tip. We'll quickly move to the next panelist, Mr. Anand Chaudhary. Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I've done my master's in automotive engineering, and currently I'm working as engineering consultant at Ricardo in Michigan. In past, I was working for McLaren Engineering, and my specialization is in automotive, commercial vehicles like trucks, motorsports, F1. We also sponsor Ducati, and then motorcycles and marine application as well, all electric, gasoline, and hydrogen systems development. I'm also a board member of a blockchain-based charity organization, so the latest tech and also an AI company. I haven't mentioned it here. Uh, on the side, I like a good gym session, regularly participate in car rallies, play sports. I'll tell you why this is important in my next slide. And I've supported more than 70 individuals to date. So if you can move on to our next slide. So forming connections, like I mentioned, why I do all those activities. So as a tip, I've mentioned that engaging in extracurricular activities to grow your network is really important. Uh, so whenever you get in touch with anyone, like everyone's talking about networking, it's really important. So research about the connection before connecting with them. So best way is to have a common connection because they know you have some type of a reference. There are some drafted messages what you can send to those people. I've shared those references in my next slide, which you guys can get hands on once you get this slide deck. Yeah, right here. You can go back to that previous slide. So the subject line should always be your reference to previous conversation with those contacts. A good frequency to follow up is about 1 week, not less than that. If the connection on LinkedIn materializes, you're asked to send your resume. So always have an updated resume and relevant cover letters. So make sure that is updated all the time. And you can always run your content through one of the Grammarship platforms. I've mentioned an example here. It doesn't have to be this particular one. There is also paraphrase.io, and there are a bunch of new websites coming up since the OpenAI has started. Always close the conversations at the end. Don't let anyone hanging, because if you want to touch base with them again, you need to have that opportunity. And always don't let your connections go cold. It's keep pinging them every 3 to 6 months, even if you don't plan on using them, because you never know. Maybe in 5 years of time, you might want to get something from them. So it really helps. So that's it from my end. We can move on to the next topic.
Sure. Thanks, Anandada. And let me hand over to Juhi, who is currently working as in Amazon. So, Juhi.
Thank you. Thank you, Pratibha. So I'll just quickly introduce myself and we'll leave at least 2 minutes to ask questions for the students. So my name is Juhi. I've done my MBA from University of Iowa. And then prior to that, I have a background in finance. I did my chartered accountancy back in India, worked in investment banking for 3 years. And I always wanted to try retail and was passionate about it. So moved to Amazon 3 years back. Really loving working in a very dynamic company and a very dynamic culture. And I also help mentor 10 women who are trying to establish their long-term career goals and are working on like their own professional development. So in case you need any help or want to discuss like, hey, how do I switch from like how do I switch careers or how do I look for jobs in like big companies, always happy to help. And just like quickly, the topic that I had for today is this job search. I know various people on the call today touched upon like networking, referrals, various job fairs. I wanted to quickly talk about job boards and career websites. And I have attached links here as well. The best overall that we have found till date is Indeed. You might have known like Indeed is the place to go in terms of finding all sorts of jobs, but some just a quick one which people don't know generally is like LinkedIn. Within LinkedIn, you can directly reach out to the recruiters. You can send them messages. You can actually look for like what kind of skills they are looking for. So LinkedIn actually has become one of the biggest platform for finding jobs. I personally, 2 years back when I was graduating, found it very helpful and actually got in touch with various recruiters as well. And then there are others like Monster, Glassdoor is a very good one if you're trying to find like what kind of questions companies ask, how to prepare for interview, but also like if you're trying to find jobs like for specific employers. I'm short on time, so I'm not going to go in very detail, but I wanted to make sure, Pratibha, that we give some time to ask questions for the students. So I'm just gonna just share the slide and links, but I think we should just give 2 minutes to ask any questions.
Sure. Thanks, Joey. So let us quickly get into question answer session and please raise your hand and go one by one.
Yeah, Shravani.
Ravani. Yeah.
Go ahead, Shravani. You are first. Unmute yourself.
Shravani, yeah, you are on mute. Unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. Um, the current market scenario is kind of weird right now. So I just wanted to know, like, what companies would you target during this era? As in, like, would you go with consulting companies or like finance companies? Which would be like your best bet at this point?
What's your background in, Shravani?
I'm still pursuing my master's in computer science. I'll be graduating next month.
Okay.
Um, Shravani, I can quickly talk about, like, Amazon, Facebook, Google, all of them are having layoffs.
Yeah.
But
हे बघ एकदा
like based on my experience with Amazon, it should be fine in next 2 months.
माझा बंद
We should be back to hiring, but uh, just given, I think financial companies are still doing well. There are other
तुला मेल
startups who
आला
are still
आता
doing well. There
त्यांचा
are smaller and mid-sized companies who are doing
तर
well. So
त्यांना
if
आणखी
you're
माहिती
trying
पाहिजे
to
डिटेल्स
apply for
पाहिजे
jobs, I would say
मग तो
except
ओपन
for FANG,
केल्यानंतर हा
which is
फॉर्म
like
ओपन झाला
all big tech
तिथं
companies,
भरायचं आहे
including Microsoft, Facebook, Google. The rest of them are still hiring. We've had a lot of people in
वाच
my
ना
team who
व्हॉट
got
इज
laid off as
युअर
well.
फेवरेट चिल्ड्रन्स बुक
But they quickly found jobs in like other companies. So people who are hiring are still posting jobs. So like I said, instead of going for like the big tech companies, um, going for a mid-sized company or even like financial companies like Morgan Stanley,
क्वेश्चन त्याचं
and just
तुझ्या
like
सनचं नाही
State Street.
युअर
Those would be good
चिल्ड्रन्स
options
बुक
for you too.
तुला
Okay.
पोरांचं कोणतं
Brilliant.
बुक आवडतं
I can say go for any job that you
तुला
are
तुझ्या
getting now,
पोरांचं नाही
and then look for
चिल्ड्रन
changes afterwards.
कुड बी एनीबडी
Okay.
तुला कोणतं
Brilliant.
पुस्तक आवडतं
Okay. Thank you,
क्वेश्चन
Juik. Thank you,
अंडरस्टँड करा
Rajdada.
बघू
And who would like to go next? I'm looking for hands raised. Go ahead, Bharti.
Hi everyone. I have queries like past couple of months I have been given some introductory calls to the companies like such as fintech CP. You can take an example. There are some analytical company like Tiger Analytics. So there I have given like introductory calls, but after that I'm taking follow-up, but still I'm not getting any kind of response. So how to crack with this recruiter, like how to get into that particular job positions and how to get updates regarding the positions.
Sandeep Dada, you would like to take that question? You covered briefly. Any other panelists would like to take that question?
I can say follow up, right? There's no other way that you can go inside the company and find out what is going on. Maybe the projects are being put in the shelf or what is happening, right? They don't have the budget or we don't know what is happening inside the company, right? So you can follow up through your sources and keep applying for the new positions in the same organization or other organization. Keep on trying.
Yeah, and
Okay.
just go ahead. Jay.
No, go ahead, Anand. I think we were going to say the same things. Is like basically try and if you're like really
काय
passionate about a job, try and find out an internal connection, right? Instead of a
बुक सांग ना
recruiter,
बुकचं नाव सांग ना
try and reach out to someone who's working in that company or who is working in that role and see if they can help you out. I've seen like many times like LinkedIn
तुला
messages
पोरांचं
help.
कोणतं बुक आवडतं
Like
हा
to the
सिम्पल क्वेश्चन
recruiters, we don't get a lot of responses, but if you reach out to someone and an employee, they are more than happy to help. So I don't know if you've tried that before, but definitely reach out and just ask for a coffee chat. Hey, I'm trying to understand about the
काय
company. I'm trying to understand about the role, so that they know like you're not
पोरांना
asking for
शिकवायला
help right
जायचं
away,
आहे
but just
पोरांची
trying
बुक रीड
to
करतोय का म्हणे
trying to learn. So that has worked for me.
Yeah, and if you when you find someone on LinkedIn, with the slide deck, we will share the reference email or message that you can send those individual, so you can get that reference from there as well.
So that they know like
Yes,
you're
even
not asking for
I
help.
tried
So
this like getting internal connection also, but still like
that
no
has worked
response.
for me.
Yeah,
People are busy in their own life, right? As Kishore Dada mentioned in the beginning, right? People are
Mm-hmm.
very, if you send email today, tomorrow I'm going to forget, right? So because
Mm-hmm.
thousand things are happening in the life. So
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Aditi Darandale.
Yes. Hello everyone. I am Aditi. I am a recent graduate from fall 2022 and I have completed my masters in data science recently. So I am in a job market from last 3 months and I am giving interviews to the people, but sometimes I get a response that we need a higher experienced people for this interview. So even I'm applying for entry level positions, still it's the reply. Then how to how much experience is the best for the best for the interviews, or some companies, I'm struggling in between that. So can you please help between these questions?
I can start off on this. So Bapu isn't on the call, but he lives in Chicago, Illinois, and he's a software engineer currently working for Navico Corporation. Just his findings on the current market condition was that there is a huge pool of data science students available compared to the current job availability. And the salary packages are being reduced because there are a huge pool of laid off people as well, which are available. So companies have reduced the salaries because so many people are just applying for data science roles.
Yes.
And there are also interview frauds, proxy interviews, and fake resumes that are currently happening.
Exactly.
So I think that is currently the market condition with respect to data science students. So maybe I think someone else can speak about the other IT or software related stuff, but this was just the feedback from the market condition perspective.
I think
Yeah,
besides panelists, we have Hari Bogade, Vijay Salekar, and few other senior members. So in case they want to chime in, most welcome.
I would like to quickly add before someone can chime in. So yeah, as previous panelists mentioned, it's all about the supply and demand. Unfortunately, because of all this layoff, there are a lot of experienced people already in market. There are a lot of new grads who joined a year back, or maybe. So I have an example in my own home that uh, that she graduated recently and affected by the layoff. So there are a lot of new grads who joined in last year or two, and they've been laid off. So uh, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of these people have slightly more experience than with zero experience. So any number greater than zero is greater than zero, of course. So yeah, that's why it's a little difficult time, but you just have to keep trying. That's all.
Yes, thank you. It was very helpful for me. Thank you.
Yeah,
Aditi,
go ahead, please.
Yes, sure.
sorry, just a quick one. Have you tried contacting headhunters, like consultants who are actually trying to find people for their
Yes,
clients? Okay.
yes, I am trying to reach out them, and we are in a conversation, but
Uh-huh.
still miss, most of the interviews are not getting scheduled, miss. So whatever I have given, I am preparing everything, I am done, but we are not getting a chance to give interviews only. So that's the problem. Like if we give interviews, we will learn after one another, right? So we are not getting interviews, that we are not learning anything besides that. So that we are not getting the opportunities. That's the problem for now. For me, it's like that.
I can see Hari there. He wants to chime in.
Yeah,
Hari?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, one thing just want to share with new graduates. Definitely, you know that recent supply demand equation is kind of changed, and a lot of experience resources are in a pool for looking kind of similar, so they are competing against newcomer. That may be one of the reason newcomer not getting more opportunity, but that's one thing I can see based on current supply demand equation. Other thing, newcomer, I will suggest try to talk to some consulting firms who does your H1 or something, because they will have some direct contact to their vendor, and they can push resume and try to get you the interview. I don't know you anyone tried that approach, but that is kind of someone working for you and doing lot of that getting interview aspect for you. That's another exploration. I know on this group also have some team member has their own company, and probably they can help in that domain. Just a thought there.
Yes, sure. Yeah, I am like trying with the consultants as well, but yeah, like it's like we are getting vendor calls, but nothing is getting set up. Maybe this is the time where we are not getting much calls, but definitely I would like to reach someone who is a like I will get the interviews from them.
Yeah, and you can also try for technical certifications in the area that you are interested in, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
sure.
because what Raj saying is that how you can make competitive yourself
Yeah,
against the other pool, and having certification is kind of giving you leading edge from the experience perspective, because
yeah,
those are the standard certificates, and no one want to challenge you or assume anything because you have certificate. So that's
yes,
one thing. I earlier I heard startup are not responding, and startup is very fluid companies. Their things keep changing, and their decision keep changing on daily and weekly basis. If you are not getting response from startup, I will say look for some stable company where even they pay less, um, but it is kind of good process, and there are more opportunities also. So I will kind of suggest to move away from startup and look into some stable um, companies.
yes, sure. Thank you for
Pratibha
your.
Pratibha
Tejaswini,
Pratibha,
Yeah.
I would like to add something. So,
Sure, please
thank
go
you
ahead.
for conducting this call and all these presenters who shared their experience. It was fantastic to get it on PPT format so that everybody will see it and will learn from it. So, thank you for sharing that. Apart from that, I would like to say set your mentors in your professional career, connect them frequently, and it might give you some different directions and aspects. So for example, right now I'm working in Honda R&D, so I'm talking to my technical experts whenever I need their help, or whenever I feel okay, the situation is slightly complicated. I'm trying to connect with my technical Japanese experts, and then they give me different directions, different aspects, what they experience. So, in your professional career, always connect with some mentors, talk to them time to time. That's one thing. Even on personal things like how to plan life events, how to set the priorities, I will say set your any friend. He might be your relative, he might be your friend, he might be your family member, but set your mentor. Try to get their help on personal things as well. So there are some on the investment perspective also. We have some mentors. So Vijay is my mentor for stock market investing. He has taught me a lot of things which I used to see but did not able to understand. So he has given his own perspective. So we used to talk frequently, try to get the different ideas and concept. So I will say he's my mentor for my stock market investment things. So set or in for even Adhyatma. Say for example, I do watch a lot of videos of Gaur Gopal Das or Sri Sadguru. It gives different directions, right? No need to go anywhere. You can open videos, watch that things, make your thoughts clear. So I'm saying in a long story short, set your mentors in your professional life, in your personal life, in your social life. Even for social things, I'm looking for Kishore Dada, who has really good connect, right? He tried to connect with different things. So it's another aspect of connecting people through mentorship. So I will say in this entire thing, I would like my point as like add your mentors, talk to them on a regular basis so that they will give you different dimensions and directions to your career. So this is
Very good point. Excellent, Avinash Dada. Nayan, you are next. I know we will be wrapping up in next 15 minutes, so let
Yeah,
us get all questions covered.
yeah. So, hello everyone. My name is Nayan. I'm doing my master's in mechatronics and robotics at New York University, and I have done my undergrad in mechanical engineering. So, my question was that what should be our strategy for applying for a job? That we should apply for multiple jobs in same company, or we should try for a single job which completely suits us, means which is like a dream job for us.
Good question. I will try to answer.
Yeah.
If instead of applying to five, six different jobs and changing
Mm-hmm.
your resume to suit to that job, pick two, couple of jobs, and just make sure that your resume matches at least 80 to 90% to the job requirement, so that it gets picked up for the interview. Otherwise,
Okay.
it will get noticed that you are applying to six jobs and you change your resume to cater to that six jobs. It does not look good at all. That
Mm-hmm.
is one thing. Then I did put two systems like Tech Systems and Randstad USA. Those are very good recruiting companies. I know for Bank of America it is right now hiring freeze, but we always get team members from these two companies. We don't go out and recruit by ourselves. So working with one of the recruiter for next 3 to 6 months is a very good idea, so that eventually when openings are there, you are there next at the door.
Okay. So I'm going to graduate in May 24th. So when should I start for applying for full-time jobs? Means what is the crucial period for me to start applying?
Uh, Excellent. First, start get the internship positions in this summer. And I did
Okay.
hear from one of the member that she is working for the non-profit organization. So that is an
Mm-hmm.
excellent entry point. Work for non-profit organization, volunteer organization, get your experience in if you don't get the paid job, at least in this summer. That should be the first step, and then apply, start working towards your full-time job for the next May.
Okay. Means for this summer you are saying that till what time I should apply? Like till month of June or something? Or
I said,
till what time I
mainly,
should wait?
I know Abhijit Dada covered in his slide.
Mm-hmm.
October and June. I think these are
Mm-hmm.
the 2 months, and Abhijit Dada, you can chime in. These are the 2 months when companies recruit, especially job fairs are there at the campus. So in October, they recruit for the next summer. So
Okay.
definitely, you have 4 5 months until October to work on your resume, your certification, experience, and then start applying all over the place.
Okay. Thank
Nayan,
you.
to
Ah.
answer your question in a little more, I would say
Mm-hmm.
that these schedules or these timelines are general timelines that most of the industry people or students or corporations they go. But I have come across my personal situation. If you come across a very good contact in some companies or something, he or she could even hire you in 8 days or 10 days. Again, you are coming
Okay.
back to the networking.
Mm-hmm.
So right now you were asking about when should I start applying for my job.
Mm-hmm.
You should not set deadline of 4 months or 3 months or say market
Exactly.
conditions differ. Your own
Okay.
personal condition is different. Your skill set, whether they are in demand, whether they are second demand, third demand, fourth demand, that all varies.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
should
Kishore
start
Dada,
right from now. And networking is one of the things. As somebody already mentioned, Avinash mentioned, me, I will cover. Look at somebody like all these 6, 7 panel members and 2, 3 other members today they participated. We will give you their contact details.
Okay.
Talk to them, talk to one of them, set some timeline, ask them, be polite and say, hey, can I call you over the weekend? Can I call you in the evening? Follow up. There is nothing like following. You are spending a lot of time polishing your resume, a lot of time searching jobs and other, but we are forgetting time investment in these techniques. Please do that. So you have readily 8 to 10 senior peoples today who are willing to help you. Even
Yeah.
Mahesh Sasode, he is a managing director, busy person, but he said he will give you his personal email and vouch for you. So
Mm-hmm.
try that one. Don't wait. When should I start? Only 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Make connections now. Get the perspective of different companies. Get the perspective of corporate structure. And particularly we international student, we are at disadvantage. unless and until we go through the internship, nobody is going to look at your resume. And in the internship, whether it was paid or unpaid, what you did at that internship, whether you did photocopy or whether you, nobody is going to ask. But if your resume has that internship print or words, people are going to look at you.
Okay.
And Kishore Dada, what you mentioned, right? In that question, I think it is a wrong question. When should I start it? Because if you have multiple offer and joining time is kind of can be adjusted based on company, and I saw multiple members getting multiple offer and keeping in their hand,
Exactly.
and that's your you need to focus. How can you get multiple offer and keep it in your hand when time come for decision? You should not be having just one offer. You should be having multiple offer in your hand when time come for joining.
Because that
Okay.
gives you some bargaining power, then bargaining capacity with companies. Because you are not afraid. You said, well, other companies are there, second company is there, third company is there. You should be at that position rather than the begging position.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Thank you.
Tejasunita, you wanted to say something?
Yes, Kishore. Just wanted to add few tips. Recently, I switched the job, and the best way to find a job is a LinkedIn. Already is mentioned by everyone, but one more trick in that: just update your LinkedIn profile daily. Just add a full stop, remove a full stop, save that one. And, because of this, your resume will always occur because many times the search occur as per the updation date. So do it daily. It really helped me a lot. And one another tip is like just find out the companies, whatever you want your job, maybe wherever you are living, and go to that company website and apply the jobs from that website itself, because you will get a lot of calls if you directly apply from the company official company website, because all the job listings are available over there. And I did this, and I saw that the number of calls I that count got increased when I did it, when I applied from the company website. So that is also the good option to try. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tejaswini. Haridada, do you have any comment on this one? I personally like the tip, but I just want to.
Yeah, no, that's a good. I mean, if you want to get, how the all algorithm works, if you have the latest update, definitely, I think that's the thing. If you keep updating, even though you don't have anything to update, but will that algorithm? Can you manipulate algorithm to consider you? I think that's what she was
Okay.
talking about.
Okay, understand. Let us see who raised hand, and we just have few more minutes. Shravani or Sandeep Dada, go ahead.
I'd like to add one more thing. Like, I'm not sure, like, if you guys are not getting internship jobs or not getting proper jobs, and if you are willing to contribute, work with on my couple of side projects, I'll happy to like have you guys on my team or like work with me. I can give you like work experience or some guidance while working. Like that's like you will get like better ideas. Like that's what I
Great.
want to just add here.
Very good.
Okay, sounds good. We have last 5 minutes, and I will take one more question, and then we can look for the ending comments from the panelists. One more question if you have, or Vijay Dada, you have some tip. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have one tip whenever I'm preparing my resume and whenever I'm searching the job, so just I'm highlighting key points in the resume, just in the bold or maybe underline, whatever you did. It's like what is your special skills? So like that, you can highlight your resume, keep only one page or two page, that's it, and just send. So you will get lots of calls because this is what I experienced in my career. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what one point I'd like to highlight here. Nothing else. Yeah. Thanks.
I agree. Highlight is a very good point.
Yeah, if suppose we are doing some cost saving, so how much cost you saved in your project? So highlight just only one single line, that's it. Because some companies they are looking some kind of means what kind of you experience share you contributed in your organization. So like that, yeah.
Very good tip. Thank you. And on the same topic as resume, I will quickly share one tip. Uh, Instead of having what I did, like I was a developer and all that, show your accomplishment in 4 5 words, saying that I was able to drive that project to the end, or I earned this award, or I saved that 1 million or 10 million, whatever. Some accomplishment should be there, even if you are an entry level job seeker. It should not be I was developer and I use this tool. That will not take you anywhere. So that is one quick tip. And Shravani, your hand is still up, so let me give you turn.
Yeah, it's just a short question. So, while applying, like when you're applying, so they have this one question where you require sponsorship in the future. So, coming from a STEM background, I can work for up to 3 years in OPT. But do you think that you will get like a lot of more responses if you were to select no to that question, or does it like not matter?
Very tricky question.
I would say
Yeah.
select yes for sponsorship because selecting no brings up problems later on. Because if they don't have things allocated for sponsorship for that role, even if you get it, later on they cancel it.
Okay.
So rather than going through that hassle later, be very, very clear about your status here. Make sure they understand it well and what you can offer. So once that conversation is had, they can either accept it or reject it, but make sure that you answer that yes, you require a sponsorship.
Yep. They want to see
Understood.
your
Completely agree.
ability and how trustworthy you are, right? So don't
Okay.
lie.
That makes sense. Okay.
Ankur, you are next. I'm just trying to wrap up and then we'll have ending comments by Kishore Dada. Let us go with Ankur.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So my question to was to Sandeep, sir. So my like from many advisors, I've heard that like the resume should be just one page and not greater than one page at least for freshers. So how good that advice is like because from some recruiters at the career fair, I heard that it doesn't matter if it's more than one page. It's okay if you have a two-page resume. So how strict the rule is one page resume?
Oh, there is like no strict rule. Like one pager or two pager is like very good resume, but has to be like ATS friendly resume, Ankur. I have a couple of ATS friendly resume formats I can share with you. Stay in touch.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I,
Yeah,
I have
definitely.
7 page resume. I don't care, right? So I have a lot
Yeah,
to say, and I have 7 pages.
Okay.
So it works.
Sandeep, so if you don't mind, can you add that resume format to this presentation and we will circulate that? You
I
are
have
on
three
mute,
of different formats. Yeah, I have three different formats. I'll share with Pratibha Tai and she
right?
should be
So
able
that
to
it will
understand.
get shared along
Yeah,
with this document. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The ATS
Thank you.
compliance of
Thank you
resume
so much.
cannot be emphasized enough. It is very, very important to have it ATS compliant because that's the first step to do every time. And it is like small things about how you put in, like if there are any links in there and stuff like that. So your resume can be canned for a very small reason. So make sure it is ATS compliant.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Perfect.
Pratibha Tai, one more like Narayan Sarode raised his hand. Like let's
Nayan, Nayan Sarode.
I
Nayan,
think
Nayan, sorry,
he already
sorry,
asked
Nayan.
questions, right, Nan?
Okay.
Your
Yeah,
hand is
that's
still
fine.
raised.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Okay.
okay.
Right.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's
Over to
continue.
you, Kishore Dada, for ending comment.
Well, looks like we had a good call, good participation, some 38, 40 people. And thank you very much for attending the call today. Those who are on the call, and particularly the panelists, they have prepared a lot of efforts and prepared this good career discussion panel as well as their slides. Just want to give the assurance for the students. This is not the one time opportunity. This is just the beginning. We are there for you. We will not only circulate the slides, but we will circulate the panelists, their contact details, emails, phone number if possible. We will add a couple more like Hari Bogade and then Vijay Salekar and few others. So right there you have 10, 12 different mentors or people that you can readily talk to them as per their convenience. It's up to you now. The ball is in your court. We'll be only happy that you take efforts and you will succeed in your search either for internship or job. All the best, and not least, thank you, Pratibhata. It's so nice of you. You have been taking a lot of efforts and painstakingly working on this single-handedly, and we know how it is. So thank you again from all of you and the panelists, my friends and my young friends from Anand and Zuhi and everybody. Sanket. Only thing that I personally feel our student or mentor group has more than 150 or so participants. Consider that 50% of those participants are our group members. At least there are 50% students, and I wanted to have more participation in this call today. But well, we are not disappointed. This is for you. If you are interested, you could show more participation, more active efforts, and going forward, we'll still assure you that we are there for you. Thank you, young friends.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah, have